Welcome back to the deep dive. So, most of us want a strong core, right?
Absolutely. But time is always the issue.
Exactly. You don't always have an hour. You need something efficient but still effective. We got some sources detailing this specific plan, the Daily Core Foundation workout routine. Very structured.
Yeah, it looks really well laid out.
And today we're zooming in on day 2, core and abs.
Okay.
Our mission, basically, is to take this 20 to 25-minute plan, no equipment needed, by the way, and really break it down.
Not just list the
No,
moves.
not just list them. We need to understand why this sequence, why these exercises for, foundational strength.
Sort of the core template blueprint.
Precisely. Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, what I think is really valuable about this material is that structure you mentioned. It just removes the guesswork.
Yeah, no decision fatigue.
Right. You've got 4 clear parts. Warm-up, the main workout, then there's the finisher, and the cool-down. And the time is set. That clarity, I think, is key for actually sticking with it. You know what you're getting into for those 20 minutes.
Knowing the time up front, yeah, that eliminates the do I have time debate. So let's look at part 1, the first 5 minutes, the essential warm-up.
Okay.
The source says its job is to activate the core and get blood flowing. Why is this specific 5 minutes so critical? Why not just jump into, say, planks?
Well, it really comes down to preparation and, honestly, safety, especially spinal safety.
Okay.
If you just throw, heavy flexion exercises like sit-ups onto a cold spine, that increases risk.
Right. Makes sense.
So the first goal is mobilization. We start standing, feet shoulder width with torso twists, just for 1 minute.
Gentle rotation.
Exactly. Low-level stuff, just waking up those trunk stabilizers.
Gentle intro, yeah. And then it moves straight to the sides, the lateral core.
Spot on. Next up are standing side bends. It's 30 seconds each side. You reach your arms up overhead, get a good stretch in the obliques.
Getting that side-to-side movement in early.
Which often gets missed, Then we kind of ramp up the heat a little bit with 1 minute of high knees.
Okay, like jogging in place.
Yeah, basically jogging on the spot, lifting the knees towards the chest. It's the only real cardio bit here, just to get the heart rate up before the main work.
So spine mobilized, side stretched, body temp rising. What's next in the standing part?
We finish standing with arm circles. Simple, but important. 30 seconds forward, then 30 seconds backward.
Why arm circles for a core workout?
It's about shoulder and upper back mobility.
Yeah.
You need that good posture, especially for things like the plank later on. It all connects.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. And the final minute of this warm-up, it shifts to the floor for a spine mobilizer.
That's the cat-cow stretch. You're on all fours, gently arching your back for cow, then rounding it for cat.
Classic yoga move.
Yeah, but it's more than just a stretch here. It's almost like a neurological reset. Moving the spine intentionally through that range, you're reinforcing the pattern, kind of lubricating the joints, getting them ready for the demands, coming up the flexion, the isometric holds. It's protective.
Perfect.
Okay.
5 minutes down, body's prepped. Now here's where it gets really interesting, I think. The main core foundation workout.
The main event.
Right. It's 5 exercises repeated for 3 full rounds. Why 3 rounds, do you think? Is that just about fitting the time, or is there a reason for that volume?
It's probably a bit of both, honestly. A synergy. For building a foundation, we're aiming for muscular endurance, not maximum powerlifting strength.
Okay.
So 3 rounds give you enough volume, enough time under tension, especially when you combine it with those higher reps, like 12 to 15 reps. And the pretty short rests between exercises, only 15 to 30 seconds. It keeps the workout dense. That whole 12, 15-minute main set stays focused intensely on the core.
Okay, let's break down those 5 moves then. First up, the classic sit-up. The source says 15 reps. Focus on lifting towards the knees and lowering slowly.
Yes, and that slow, negative lowering slowly, that's arguably the most critical part.
Why is that?
That's where you get the eccentric loading. When the muscle fibers are working while lengthening, that creates maximum tension. Big for strength gains and control.
Ah, interesting.
And allowing hands behind the head or R crossed on the chest, that just gives options for leverage. But the slow descent, non-negotiable for getting the most out of it.
The power is the slow negative, right? Okay, so from flexion, we go straight into something hitting the lower core. Leg raises, 12 reps.
Yeah, this one's actually quite sophisticated. It's really about pelvic control.
How so?
You're on your back, legs straight. The key instruction is lift slowly to 90 degrees and then lower them without letting them touch the floor.
Okay. Keep them hovering.
Exactly. Stopping just short means constant tension on those lower abs, and it really challenges your ability to stop your lower back from arching too much. Anti-anterior tilt, technically.
So that don't touch the floor cue is vital. No rest, max tension. But, sit-ups and leg raises, they're both heavy on flexing the spine forward. The core's main job is often stability, isn't it? Resisting movement.
You read my mind. That's where the source springs in the plank.
The king of core stability.
Absolutely. Held for 25 to 30 seconds. If sit-ups are flexion, the plank is the ultimate anti-extension exercise. It's the linchpin for stability in this routine.
Resisting gravity pulling the hips down.
Precisely. You're fighting that pull, which is why the form notes here are so critical.
Right. Let's hear them.
Forearms flat on the floor, elbows directly under the shoulders, body dead straight, abs tight. And the biggest thing, do not sag the hips.
Yeah, you see that all the time.
If the hips drop, you're just hanging on your lower back ligaments. Totally defeats the purpose of building that core foundation. That straight line head to heels is essential.
Okay, so we've hit flexion, anti-extension. What about rotation, that third plane of movement? Where does that come in?
That leads us right into the Russian twists. 20 reps total, so 10 twists to each side.
How's the setup?
Sitting on the floor, knees bent, lean back just slightly. Then you twist the torso side to side, aiming to tap the floor beside your hip.
The key being torso twist, not just arm swinging.
Exactly. That distinction is crucial. Is the rotation coming from your trunk, your core, or are you just flailing your arms around? That determines if you're working the core or just, your shoulders.
Ties right back to building that foundation.
Totally. Rotational strength is so functional for everyday life. Twisting to pick something up, playing sports. Russian twists build stability while you're rotating under load.
Okay, makes sense. And the fifth exercise in the round, it looks like another one for that deep core control. Flutter kicks.
Yep. 20 reps total again, 10 per leg. Lie on your back. And here the source gives a really important tip for stability.
Oh.
It says place your hands under your hips.
Like for support. Isn't that cheating?
Not at all. It's a smart modification. It helps maintain a slight posterior pelvic tilt, basically stopping your lower back from arching excessively while your legs are kicking.
So it makes it safer and more effective for the target muscles.
Exactly. It keeps the focus on the hip flexors and the deep abs rather than straining the lower back. It shows the routine is designed for foundational building, emphasizing good form.
That makes sense. It's an acknowledgement that this is about building the base properly.
Right. Perfect form for 20 minutes is the goal here, not lifting the heaviest weight possible. And flutter kicks just keep that high rep pressure on the anti-extension muscles, making sure they're fatigued by the end of the round.
Okay, so those are the 5. Sit-ups, leg raises, plank, Russian twists, flutter kicks. And you do that whole circuit 3 times. That's a pretty packed main session.
Yeah, by the end of round 3, you've definitely done significant work. But if you've got a bit left in the tank, and maybe an extra minute or two, the source includes a short, optional finisher, just an intensity burst.
Okay, what are those optional moves? Just 1 to 2 minutes extra.
It gives 2 options, both pretty high density. First is plank to knee taps.
So stay in the plank position.
Yep, stay in the plank and just alternately tap one knee, then the other to the floor. It really challenges your stabilizers because you're briefly on 3 points of contact.
I can feel that already. What's the other option?
Bicycle crunches. The classic, lying on your back, bringing opposite elbow to opposite knee, alternating sides. Hits the obliques hard, especially when they're already tired.
Both sound like great ways to just empty the tank at the end. So finisher done, or skipped if you're pressed for time. Then we hit what's often ignored, right?
The most neglected part. The cool down and stretch. It's critical, and the source mandates 3 to 5 minutes for it.
Why so critical after core work?
Well, think about it. We just put the spine through intense flexion with sit-ups and intense anti-extension with planks and kicks. Skipping the cool down is just asking for stiffness, maybe even injury down the line.
Right. You need to release that tension.
Exactly. We need to systematically stretch and relax the muscles we just hammered.
So how does the source sequence this recovery phase?
It starts with probably the most immediate relief, child's pose.
Nice passive stretch.
Yeah, it decompresses and lengthens the lower back, directly counteracting the compression from the sit-ups. Then we move into a seated forward fold.
Hamstrings and lower back again.
Yep, hits both, reinforces that lower back release while also stretching the hamstrings, which can get tight and pull on the pelvis.
Okay, if we're thinking bigger picture, we just work the front of the body abs, Hip flexors really hard. You need to stretch those too, right?
Absolutely, and that's where the cobra stretch comes in third.
Lying on your stomach.
Right. Lie on your stomach, gently push your chest up. Puts the abs into extension, stretching the rectus abdominis. It's the direct opposite of all that flexion work.
Reversing the stress. Smart.
And then the whole session concludes with just deep breathing, focusing on slow, controlled breaths. It helps trigger the parasympathetic nervous system.
The rest and digest system.
Exactly. Signals to the body that the hard work is done and recovery can begin properly.
So what does this all mean then? We've kind of dissected this really efficient, pretty comprehensive core routine. It seems to pack maximum muscle engagement into minimal time, 20, maybe 25 minutes total.
And no equipment needed, just maybe a mat for comfort.
Right. And it follows that clear four-part structure. Right. Mobilize, work, flexion, stability, rotation, recover. It progresses logically.
Yeah.
Seems like a template you could just pick up and use tomorrow.
Definitely, which I think raises an important question for you, the listener, something that gets to the heart of time-efficient training like this.
Okay.
The goal is explicitly stated: build a strong core foundation. So thinking about that goal, which single-form cue we discussed do you think is the most critical element for maximizing that foundational benefit? Is it that absolute precision in the plank, don't sag the hips to guarantee total stability? Or maybe it's maximizing that eccentric load in the sit-ups, lowering slowly for control and strength?
That's a tough one. Precision versus maximizing a specific muscle action.
Exactly. Finding that personal balance between the routine speed and the precision you bring to each rep, that's probably the real key to whether this becomes a genuinely foundational success for you or, just another list of exercises you rush through.
That focus on balancing the speed it offers with the precision required.
Yeah.
Let's have the true takeaway, isn't it? Well, that is Day 2 Core and Abs Unpacked.
Nicely done.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.